Do you have a sexual pet peeve? Like, is there anything like when you're with a chick and, you know, you guys are banging it out that she does something weird, or, you know, in your past that someone has done something weird and you're just like, oh, God, I hate that when that happens.
Not really. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it all. I'm just grateful to be here. Just thankful. I had one buddy. He said, hey, I'm going to meet up with this girl. And it was like just a one night thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, I can't remember if it was just me or if it was the story, but it was just like, are you going to take a shower? Nah, bro, I'm just going to sink wash my meat.
Wash my meat.
I'm going to sink wash my meat. She's going to suck it if I pull it out anyway, so what's the matter?
Point of no response. We just watched Jason Aldean try that in a small town, and this thing has blown up as far as what they're saying has lots of racial undertones or read between the lines sort of shit. What do you think, Drew?
I definitely agree. Saw a lot of racial undertones.
Really?
Yeah. There was.
Go ahead.
There was one more. There was one race in there that was more than another, trying to, like, they're trying to showcase.
You think so?
I don't know. Have a certain
sure that
narrative.
White woman spitting in that cop's face and.
Okay. Was she white? I don't think she was.
She was white. Well, I thought she was. Could be wrong. She looked white to me.
I tell you what, though, that needs to be Bud Light's next commercial.
Oh, Jesus.
Right there. They're going to win back everybody after that one.
They might just blow up. This thing is, 23 million views in 2 weeks. So I guess that goes with, was it no bad publicity is bad publicity
right.
or whatever? I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see anything wrong with it. I did hear that there was a big thing about that courthouse, him doing this in front of this courthouse because apparently there was a lynching or some shit like that was done. But this is back in like 1920 something, and
I don't feel like that was probably the reasoning he did that, but
yeah, oh yeah, definitely not. But it's like people
I'm
get
sure
mad
they
at
had
everything.
no idea that was the history.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
how many bad things have happened
everywhere? Yeah,
everywhere. So yeah,
the first thing that it made me think of is just America, fuck yeah.
And that went into history as probably one of the greatest songs that America's ever had.
That's what Bud Light needs to adopt.
I don't know. To me, I didn't see that. I think they were talking about, you know, it encouraged lynching and shit like that, which, you know,
I think that's kind of reaching.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't deny that it's. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused by it because I mean, like,
I don't agree with it. I don't like it though.
I was thinking about how, you know, we were after 9/11 and shit, and how everybody was just like, you know, don't not buy gas because they'll win, you know, and all this different shit. And to me, that if that was after 9/11, you know what I mean? But if the lyrics were slightly changed to make that reminiscent of 9/11.
Of terrorism versus like internal.
You know, you can't, don't try that again. Mm-hmm. You know, this is our country sort of thing. Then I think it would have been like embraced sort of, but.
I agree with that.
Versus a small town, you know.
Yeah.
Does everybody think that white people in small towns are racist? I mean, is that part of it too?
I think so. Absolutely.
It's kind of weird.
That's my experience.
Yeah.
When I lived in Virginia.
Mm.
Oh, everybody thought everybody. There's like, and then I come to your house and like racist motherfuckers.
There's a lot of racist people there.
Let me see. I thought I saw something the other week, which, you know, small towns and shit like that. There's a city, Kennesaw, Georgia, and Article 2 Firearms Section 3421 states in this city, every head of household residing in city limits is required to maintain a firearm.
Hell yeah!
So it's like actually. You have to have a firearm if you're head of the household.
I like that.
And the mayor of Kennesaw, Derek Easterling, he was quoted as saying this: "If you're going to commit a crime in Kennesaw and you're a criminal, are you going to take a chance that homeowner is a law-abiding citizen?"
Because if they are, they've got a gun.
Well, try that in a small town.
Right?
I was about to say it.
Try that in a small town.
No, I agree with that. I think everybody should have guns. I mean, if you're gonna walk into a place of business with a gun, I mean, would you take that chance if everybody's carrying one?
Yeah,
I mean, I think we all there needs to be precautions, training, otherwise, and I think it just needs to be like driving a vehicle, have a license.
Yeah.
I agree. We got our CCWs, but
we don't need that for having babies, but
Right. No background check for procreation.
Give them one too.
I think so, but
Well, as far as everybody should carry handguns and stuff like that, or what do you mean?
Oh no,
the baby stuff.
The baby stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough one. There's some logic to it, so I can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess my question would be, I'm interested to know the statistics on crime now. When did this go into effect? How long has it been in effect? And
what's the crime rate?
Yeah, what's the differences, before and after? Is it really making a difference or not?
There's a lot of different statistics when it comes to guns. And I think if you have a gun, you're way more likely to get shot. I mean, weird things like that. So it's
is it actually beneficial to the townspeople or not?
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I also heard that nobody will ever try to start a land war in the United States simply because there's 5 or 6 guns per every person that is in the U.S.
Yeah, right.
Because of all the Jason Aldean fans.
Could be. Moving off this. So there was. I don't think when we were talking about Adam 22 the last time, we ever said, hey, if you're married, Drew, would you be like, hey girl, you're gonna make some money off this, go ahead and fuck that dude?
No, absolutely not.
Even if she made a few $1 million based off of it. Yeah, see,
I mean, if it's somebody I've been dating for a couple weeks, maybe.
Go on, girl. Get that dick.
Get that money.
Get
that bread.
And I was kind of thinking about that. It's I don't think we brought that up in the last podcast when we were talking about Adam 22 and Lena the Plug. Is that I'm not sure how long they were together before they got married, but after they got married and she did her first shoot with a guy after their marriage. And would you allow your significant other to do that based on a certain dollar amount?
Was that right after they got married?
Yeah, a few weeks.
You think he had that shit planned?
Possibly.
So
we're married, then I get half of that?
You know what? You know what? At this point, I'm thinking Adam 22 is a brilliant fucking businessman.
Absolutely.
I really am.
The long con.
Yeah. He's playing the long game, man.
Absolutely.
I hadn't thought about it that way until you said that, is that, you know what? He's like, no, don't do that. And then he's like, man, she's going to make bank. Let's get married, girl.
All right, now let's do it.
Now
you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I like this
personally,
guy.
I would not do it.
I suddenly have a different, outlook on Adam 22. Man, smart man.
I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth it to me.
Maybe if I had visited a doctor with my wife and I was like, Doc, after this, can you fix it?
What did they have back in the day? What was it? After birthing, they'd be give them the husband stitch or something like that.
Yeah, I think
which is very creepy to me.
I've heard that before, but I've also heard the
weird
joke where a guy's like, "Hey, Doc, give her an extra stitch."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful.
Weird question.
Creepy.
Would that tighten up the outside but not the inside? I do remember there was a doctor long time ago. It was either in the late 80s or 90s that was giving this love surgery.
I remember that.
And I thought that he stitched it in almost like a heart-ish formation. Maybe I'm totally wrong on this, but I swear he stitched them up and some people it worked out for, and then some women couldn't have sex anymore. It destroyed them. It was just pain after that.
Oh my
Just
God.
turn into a little cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Little,
The guy was just like, "Woo, let's do it." The chicks were like, "No, it hurts. No thanks."
Right. No.
No, that's all weird. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, I have to look that up and we can talk about that.
Yeah, right.
So, Dee, do you want to talk about this next one? Had you heard about this woman in Alabama that was slowing down?
I'm thinking, I'm like, it's all centered around a small town thing.
It is centered around small town. There's a woman in Alabama now. No, I guess she made a call to 911 or something like that. She's driving down the road and she sees a toddler. And this woman's name is Carlee Russell. And she saw this toddler and apparently pulled off to the side of the road. And this little toddler ran off. So she ran off and she fucking disappeared.
Didn't we talk about this?
Did we? Did we talk about this?
I don't think so.
Was it outside? Outside of this?
Might have been outside
It
of the
was probably,
podcast.
yeah.
But
I
anyway,
mean, never mind. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Oh, please tell me more.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. Can you guys hear me in your headphones?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't really hear myself. So I just wanted to make sure before we got too much further. Oh, thank you.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Gotcha.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
No.
I just, before we got too much further, I wanted to make sure. I was like, can you hear me?
Yeah, sometimes this thing gets touched and,
Yeah.
you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
You good
no,
there?
I'm good. Yes,
Awesome.
thank
Okay.
you. But yeah, so at first, when I first read the story, I was immediately like, oh gosh, the sex traffickers got her. They put this kid out on the side of the road, to lure her out, and they got her. That was like my first thought. And then it just got weirder and weirder
Because a
and
man's not going
weirder.
to stop. He's going to smile. Good luck, kid.
Yeah, right. I mean, so they're using that, I guess, as an assumption, right? It's a trap. That's what I thought immediately. I was like, oh, that sounds all bad. She's gone forever. We're never going to hear from her again, you know? And then, like I said, it just got weirder and weirder. So she was still missing. I guess what occurred was she was on the phone with
It's like her mom, right?
her mom or her boyfriend or somebody, her sister, I can't remember.
It was not
a
her
family
boyfriend.
member.
I do know that.
Yeah, it was her family member. And then she told them what she saw. She was driving, so she slowed down and was supposedly kind of following the kid. And she said, okay, I'm going to hang up and call 911 and tell them where I'm at and what I'm seeing. And
this is her right here on the screen. This is Carlee Russell. Yeah.
So she hangs up, calls 911, tells them where she's at and what's happening. And I guess she calls her family member back because she's like, I'm about to get out of the car and go look for the kid. And there's a scream, the phone drops, and she's gone. So they're like, oh crap, something happened to her. She's been taken, something.
Right.
Like 48 hours later, I think, because this happened, I think, on a Thursday night. Saturday night, she walks up to her front door, her home, and she's like, I'm back. And nobody knows, because the police are like trying to get information, but obviously they believe something happened to her.
Right.
And so, of course, they take her to the hospital. She gets checked out, all that stuff, right? And then the next day, the police are still like, we need to talk to you. We need to find out what happened, and the family's kind of like, oh, give us some time, But it, like I said, it just got weirder and weirder. So I guess the sequence of events is this. She left work Thursday night. She took from work a robe because she works at a salon. She took a robe and a roll of toilet paper. She stopped and got...
That's right here. Snacks at a nearby Target.
Yeah. Yep. She got some cheese crackers and something else. And then she stopped and got her mom like a chicken roll up or something at a restaurant because she was supposed to get her food on the way home. And then, of course, you know what happened. She didn't show up. She's disappeared. Well, so she finally does tell her story to the police. And before they even heard the story, though, they'd been searching her, looking at her internet searches and things like that. So a couple of things she'd searched for was how to take money out of the register at work and not get caught. Do Megan, the Megan alerts, do those cost money to put one out?
What are those?
Yeah, those missing Amber alerts. Sorry, I don't know why I said Megan. Yeah, Amber alerts. Do the Amber alerts cost money? And then
the Megan alerts cost
the
extra.
Megan. I don't know why I said that. That's so funny. But
Nobody listens to the Karen alerts.
Absolutely not.
Little girl named Karen got taken. Like, so what?
hopefully she fell down the well. No, but Yeah, so just a lot of weird things that she was looking up. Oh, the movie Taken.
Yep.
She like searched that extensively. Like she was interested in how that scenario played out in the movie, I guess. Really strange
It
stuff.
was all for attention.
So jump forward.
Yeah.
She's now being charged with 2 misdemeanors for kidnapping hoax.
I knew it.
Yep. It was all bad.
Yeah, so
Look at her, she's cheesing.
she's like,
I have mental health issues.
at least it's misdemeanors.
Yeah, right?
Well, I find that really funny. It's like when people do this, because there was that one. This woman is a black woman, and there's been a lot of talk about how she got one of the most amounts of public, what do you call it? Response.
Yeah.
Than than most black people do in a situation like this. But there was another woman, a white woman, who did something similar where she disappeared, but it was like for a few weeks or some shit like that, and it came back as it was a fucking hoax. She was hanging out with her ex-boyfriend or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened. And they get, what's funny is to me is they get charged with these misdemeanors where it costs millions to in man time hours to look for these people and stuff like that. And they're just
there was a lot of resources
loads.
put to use here for her.
Yeah.
And you know what I found interesting about her story too, because she claimed that they took the people who took her, they took illicit photographs of her.
Ooh.
And I was like, sounds to me like somebody's trying to make an excuse for something that she's found out is out on the internet.
I'm wondering what the boyfriend
You know
is
what I
saying
mean?
right now. Yeah.
Well,
because-
he's an ex-boyfriend, and he was quoted as saying that they were all very disappointed.
I would have broke up with her too. After that.
So he was upset the fact that he posted something on one of his social media accounts saying that they were really disappointed that, they cared so much and were so worried, and that this is how it's ended up.
Yeah. So
essentially,
here's the thing: is like, was the ex-boyfriend, in on it? Because as soon as she came back, he literally made a statement that she's went through 48 hours of hell.
Hell, I know, because he believed her story.
Believed her story.
Yeah.
Or he knew what was going to happen.
Maybe so. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Who knows? Yeah, but like the whole picture taking thing just really kind of caught me though. I'm like,
All right, now
is this because there's pictures out there?
and
now she's trying
put
to
your
blame
arm over your head and spread your thighs.
Oh right, yeah.
like, fine, I'll do it.
Photograph me like one of your French girls.
They even opened up an OnlyFans account in my name.
I know.
With my bank account.
See?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the kind of what I was thinking.
I didn't do this.
I was wondering that. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Was all of this just to cover up something that she, was doing on the side, and it was going to come to light? I don't know.
It's really funny. Like,
it's very strange.
She got arrested, turned herself in or whatever, and then she bailed out for $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah, I know.
There it is. Released on a $2,000 bond, $1,000 for each charge. She got 2 charges, and so she's not going to get jail time or anything like that. And they'll hand her down
well, maximum punishment is 1 year in jail for each.
Yeah, but she's not.
She's not going to get that. I know.
Yeah, but how do people should get charged with something for doing that? All the money that is spent
all the time that people spent searching for her, you know.
How do people not get charged though? That's
Well, you see stuff where women will say that their ex-boyfriend kidnapped them or something like that, and it comes out as a hoax. And then they get hit. The guy would be facing like 25 years or so. And then
if he'd done it,
right? But then she's like, okay. Or a lot of these ones at college, the college girl says this guy raped me or something like that. And then he's facing, I think there was like a few guys one time that was said to have ran train on this chick. And I can't remember what college it is right now, but she was like, oh, I was raped and blah, 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 because she had a boyfriend and she didn't want to feel like a slut and look stupid. And you know what she gets hit with? Nothing. Like fucking nothing.
like, just kidding.
Yeah. Psych, I ruined your lives. Yay. Go me.
I swear to
I don't. That's not
victim thing where
okay.
you destroy people's lives.
Yes.
Fucking awful. And,
because
in this instance,
people are always going to be caught up in that. Somebody somewhere is always going to say, oh, yeah, you're that guy. That's not okay.
Yeah.
That's like that one girl that she was driving drunk and killed 2 people. And then the cops, and she was so delusional. She's like, am I gonna get back my car?
Oh yeah,
Like, I gotta go to school tomorrow.
We watched a piece of that. I was like,
what the fuck?
She was
like,
so messed up.
She's like, you killed someone. You're not getting your car back. Why?
I got to school tomorrow.
She's like, but why? I got to go to school. Yeah, it's like, whoa.
You're going to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just going to be in a different location. And it's probably going to be for typing or something. It's not gonna work
right.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, I wanted to ask you this because this is something for me that I've thought about. And do you have a sexual pet peeve? Like, is there anything like when you're with a chick and, you guys are banging it out that she does something weird, or, in your past that someone has done something weird and you're just like, oh, God, I hate that when that happens.
Not really. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it all. I'm just grateful to be here. Just thankful.
Just happy to be here.
Thank you for having me.
See, when you say that, it's like if you ask any chick ever if they've ever.
Oh my God, I hate it when he sticks his finger in my butt.
No. I was gonna say the blowjob.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Give him blowjobs?
No. If you ever ask any chick this, are you any good at giving a blowjob? And she'll say this: I've never had any complaints. Because we're
just happy to be here.
We're just happy. Thanks for doing this. That's great.
You got teeth scraping and I'm still not complaining. I was like, I'll get there eventually.
You're going, It's basically because you're losing blood.
It's like, still happy to be here.
So happy. So here's mine. Here's my pet peeve, my sexual pet peeve. And this is going to sound weird, I know it, but like you're missionary with a chick, right? Mm-hmm. You're on top. And when her legs are in the air, if her feet are flat as opposed to pointed toes, like a ballerina sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, or a gymnast. I like toes pointed up, but if the feet are flat and I look over and I see a flat foot, I'm like, ugh.
It kind of looks goofy, doesn't it? Though?
It does.
It
Looks awful.
So like this versus this.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking hate that. Ugh. Like I'll
It does sound like it looks funny.
slap that foot and get
out of my peripheral.
Correct it. I will correct the foot.
Yeah.
Put her in an ankle lock just to get her. Yeah,
Or maybe just like get some of those horse
blinders.
Yeah, so you can't see what's happening to the feet.
but when they point the toes, that is a turn on for me, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as they
Flatten it out.
if they flatten it out, I'm just like, you're gross. Just end it there. Just throw her. Put on your clothes. I'm done.
I'm done. This isn't working for me.
Your Uber's on the way.
Yeah.
I don't
Changes
think I
on
have
the couch.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was just like, yeah, I fucking hate that. Do you have anything, D? When they don't give you cab fare?
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I have to walk that extra block to get to the bus station. Ugh. No. Bad breath is not fun.
Oh, God.
I know, right?
Don't you imagine halitosis just breathing in your face?
Like, yeah, if
You like then?
yeah. Ugh.
Are you gonna come?
Or like, okay, I got one. Like if you're gonna, okay, so you're going down on somebody.
Yeah.
And it smells like pee.
Ooh.
Like,
God.
they
didn't wash.
or something, or maybe, I don't know, but there's a pee smell. And it's probably because of the underwear, not necessarily the dick.
Yeah.
But
We always get those dribbles.
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
The
But,
dry dribbles.
But yeah, that's gross. But otherwise, I don't really know about like.
I had one buddy. He said, hey, I'm going to meet up with this girl. And it was like just a one night thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, I can't remember if it was just me or if it was the story, but it was just like, are you going to take a shower? Nah, bro, I'm just going to sink wash my meat.
Wash my meat.
I'm going to sink wash my meat. She's going to suck it if I pull it out anyway, so what's it matter?
It's like a whore bath.
Sink wash my mate.
I'm going to sink wash my meat.
This guy's classy.
Yeah.
I like him. I've never met him, but I feel like we're simpatico.
It's the guy I want to get on here.
Oh, is this the guy?
Nice.
Okay. We may have to bring him on if he's willing to share some of these stories. I like that.
So now I've stolen that phrase. Like,
Sink
bro,
wash my meat.
I got to sink wash my meat or something.
Well, I mean, did he sink wash or did he puss wash?
What's puss wash?
Just slides it in, dirty as fuck.
Oh God. Nice sink washing.
My stank matches up with your stank.
Let's get stanky.
And afterwards, I put it in the sink. I don't know.
Oh, crap.
Anywho.
Yeah,
Talking
anywho.
about recent events, have you seen the Congress hearing about the UFOs, UAPs?
Literally, that was next on my fucking list.
Love it.
Next on my fucking list.
Don't you love how everybody's like not even phased by it?
Yeah.
I think we've heard all this shit we've already known for so long that it's just like.
Yeah, but I forget which spokesman for the Pentagon came up and says, you know, we don't know anything about non-human
Biologicals.
Yeah. You know, here's this thing. Was it plausible deniability and what have you, or we had to lie to save the public? There's always going to be these things. So
You can't handle the truth.
in my mind, when they're saying that the non-human, and they were saying non-human beings, I think that was what it was saying, right? Yeah, non-human biologics, right?
Yep.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you know what? They could cover this up easily if they had the understanding that these aliens were actually not aliens. They were human beings that were from the past that went forward. And so they're technically humans. You know, some sort of weird twist on that shit. You know what I mean? This is what I'm kind of imagining in my mind.
What that says to me is that the spaceship crashed into a cow. What? A non-human biologic. Non-human. It crashed and it hit a cow.
No, they're talking about like
Wait, what?
I'm
so
you went
lost
a
right
different,
now.
you went a different
okay.
direction. No,
Yeah.
it means more about like the reverse engineering and things like that. The UFO itself, was it made by a human or a non-human? So this guy's saying,
Oh, I understood it differently. Not the how should I say this? They recovered non-human biologics, which to me meant they recovered.
They recovered cows.
What?
I was so confused with what you were saying right there. Now I get what you're saying.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like they hit a cow.
Yeah, and they're like,
bodies
What the
were
fuck
recovered.
is this?
Butters were found. Yeah. Okay. I was like, why does this make sense? I feel like it makes sense.
Why is this UFO covered in milk?
Yes. Non-human biologics. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's easy. They ran into a cow or something on the way down.
We have to find out what this thing is.
Yeah.
It's non-human, but it has blood.
It's utterly preposterous.
Oh my God.
No, I watched some of the hearing, and it was more or less is like these military men are talking about their experiences and the repercussions for reporting them, and how they need a safe way to be able to report these things
The whole
without having
whistleblower.
professional or personal like repercussions for doing so.
Yeah.
And then they were mentioning, I like how they were kept referring to one incident as the Tic Tac incident, and it was like I think it was a Navy commander. He was flying, and they found like there was a Tic Tac ship inside the water, flying up and everything and around.
Oh wow, I hadn't heard that one.
Weird.
That was a pretty popular one back in. I think it was like 2004. I think they said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
And actually, it was so funny that this came out. I started watching this guy. Have you ever heard of? Oh man, what's his name? Bashar. It's but I can't remember his actual name.
No, I don't.
Andy.
What is it? What was it from? I might be able to look it up real quick.
His name is. I can find it.
I'll let you find it. While you're looking
We
for
cut
that,
this up.
like
Okay.
the only thing that bothers me about the whole thing is that he's said that he's been given information that all of this had occurred, but he's never seen any of it.
Yeah.
He's never really seen a UFO. He's not seen a non-human. He's not seen anything, but he has talked to people who
said
that they have.
right.
And to me, that's a problem. This whole thing reminds me of
There's a disconnect there.
the Edward Snowden stuff.
Yes.
But Edward Snowden was balls deep in it. Like he was part of all of these programs and things like that. So it wasn't just like, no, I heard that this guy did this, right?
Nope.
It was like
it was firsthand knowledge.
firsthand knowledge.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So that's what kind of throws me about that whole situation. But it is
Daryl Anka.
Daryl Anka.
So, Daryl Anka, and I'm so upset that I just now found him. He's just for some reason started surfacing on my TikTok For You page. He is a channeler who claims that this man that doesn't have a name, but he knew that he had to give himself a name, is Bashar. So he channels Bashar, which is an extraterrestrial being, and speaks.
Through
Bashar speaks through him.
I've never fucking heard of this.
And it is actually like that whole thing. And I'm like, oh, you maybe. Because the claims that he has, because they ask him about his civilization and stuff. And it's like pretty close to a lot of like different theories. Maybe he's just trying to tread that line. I don't know. But he gives a lot of details about his civilization, everything. But it's his sessions are a lot of like motivational speaking type things. And I'm like, his message is actually really good. I like it a lot. I'm like, you know, the whole
he's Tony Robbins.
Exactly.
Tony Robbins in space.
I like his message. It's really
What
it's
is
like
the
a
message?
spiritual. It's to put it very easily is like self-love type thing.
Oh, I do that
And it's
daily.
like, absolutely.
Several times.
Several times. Nice.
But it's really cool. I like it.
That's
I
fun.
highly recommend. He
neat.
had his own documentary. I keep seeing his video, so I started watching the documentary, and because I'm like, whatever. He claims he's an ET speaking through somebody, he's channeling, and it's all about frequency and all these things. But they actually did a brain scan on him as he's channeling, and his like, it was a lot of different things that had changed, like his different parts of his brain as he's channeling start having a lessened signal, or, you know, less activity.
Okay.
And his like processing speeds like were increasing because I guess it's just an activity in a certain part of your brain.
Yeah.
And they're like, it does not change. Your processing speed does not change after like, let's say a maximum of 10 years old. But he can do it within minutes. And it's like, it brings some validity to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
There's actual true scientific data for this. Fuck. Well, you know what? I tell you what. I'm going to look this up. This may be part of the next podcast.
Amazon Prime. You can download the documentary for, you can rent it for $3.
I have Prime.
You got to rent it.
God damn it.
Amazon always get you. They always get you.
How much is this guy making off of this documentary?
Probably a lot, but he also does shows. Travels around the cities and stuff like that.
Damn.
You should watch some of those clips. I like
have
them.
to. Hey, D, you want to talk about this Wisconsin kid?
He's my new hero.
Another small town kid?
Yes.
Small town kid. This is kind of interesting.
Very interesting.
Small town.
See how far you do stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So this 13-year-old boy in Wisconsin, he disappeared about a month ago, and his family called the authorities, and they're like, okay, he left in the family, I don't know, truck or minivan. He has a firearm with him. They were like, not sure what was going on.
Another school shooter.
No.
No.
So
No?
this kid takes himself out into the wilderness and has not been able to be found for a month, but they do keep finding his campgrounds. So the theory is that he's trying to live off grid. And apparently he's been really interested in this stuff for the last few years.
13-year-old?
Yeah,
That's impressive as
exactly.
shit.
I know, right? His dad had bought him some books on living off grid and stuff like that. He didn't realize this was like really in his head, like something I'm going to do. And he didn't tell anybody. He just packed some stuff up, drove himself into this forest area. It's like Devil Lake something. Yeah, Devil Lake State Park. They have found like 3 or 4 of his campgrounds. They still haven't found him though. They're out there looking for this kid, and he is off.
He's like a Bear Grylls mixed with a Rambo.
Like that's what I said. I said it's Rambo is what I said when I first read it. I was like, this is amazing.
That is impressive as shit.
Yeah, he read some books. he did some research. He's obviously got some roughing it skills already because they probably camp and stuff like that. But still.
I would imagine, I mean, you can take a weapon in there with you, but you'd have to make sure that, one, you're halfway good with it.
Yeah.
And how much ammunition are you going to
Do you have? Exactly.
So, like, you see a lot of these, like, shows like Alone. Mm-hmm. They have bows and things like that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, did he take a bow? Did he take just a gun?
It sounded like a firearm is what I understand.
And is he good at trapping?
That's what I was going to say. But if he's been researching all of these living off the grid books, then he knows about trapping. Yeah. He's eating. However it is. It's just...
This kid's my hero too.
I know. That's what I know. I was like, that's amazing. And his dad was sort of like, look, you're not in trouble. We just want you to come home. We want to know you're okay. You're not in trouble. You know, like, they're like, come on, give us something, dude. You know, but he's out there. He don't know what's going on.
He's like, you'll never send me to my room again.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn, he really did. He took running away serious.
He did. He is off. See, now they're offering a reward.
$10,000 reward.
Yep.
You think he'll come back to get the reward and then disappear again?
Maybe.
Like, I'm here for the reward.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I can buy more guns.
I found myself. Give me the money.
I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if he did come back? What, I mean,
Nothing.
A year later, he's just like, this sucks. Yeah. And he disappears again. You're like, if you're that self-sufficient at 13.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
What was that movie of that guy that did that exact thing? And
he died.
Yeah, he died from eating berries.
Wild. What was it? Wild or something?
Yeah, Into the Wild.
Into the Wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's not another one of those situations.
Yeah, he was like a highly educated guy, but he was just like, I want to disappear and try to live and stuff like that. And then
he took one set of berries.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, I thought these were...
It's supposed to have 3 leaves. Fuck.
I know, like, really? Come on. How do you expect to survive if something as simple as identifying a food source as safe or not?
This is why you always take a partner with you and you let them eat the berries first.
What if they die first go around? Then what are you going to do?
You find a new partner.
So start throwing them at wildlife.
Yeah, you befriend a bear. You're like, what was that TV show way back in the day? It was about a bear and a guy who lived in the woods together.
I thought you were talking about Bear Grylls.
They ain't Bear Grylls, but there was another one.
I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head was My Side of the Mountain, and
Grizzly
I don't know
Adams.
why. Oh, Grizzly Adams. That's
Grizzly
right.
Adams,
yeah. Okay.
He had his bear. I think his name was Ben. Yeah. Lived with his bear. I mean, that'd be great. You know, winter, it's cold. You just cuddle up next to your bear who's,
he's hibernating.
He's hibernating anyway.
He's just sawing logs and warm and cuddly.
Bear keeps eating all your fish. Please, can I just get one?
Son of a bitch. Some good shows back in the day that like Grizzly Adams. There was also BJ and the Bear.
See,
it was about a truck driver and his monkey.
Right. I do remember that. Wasn't that what's his name?
Kevin Smith?
No.
I don't know. I think he did say I think in the movie Mallrats they did say something about BJ and the Bear. Now that's a show I can get behind. A man and his monkey.
Oh yeah, I remember that. A man and his monkey.
What does that mean?
Really? You never spank your monkey?
I don't know, a chicken.
You choke that, okay?
But no, I think that's awesome for that kid.
I know. I'm super impressed.
I feel bad for the family, but
I do too, because obviously he just didn't care. He's like, I'm out, guys. I'm going to do this. And he didn't tell anybody.
I think the dad's proud.
And sad.
There has to be some sort of proud to that.
Yeah, proud and sad.
Fear.
Yeah, he thinks he's never going to see this kid again. And that sucks.
Me personally, if I went out and into the wilderness to try to survive, I'd probably like sprain my ankle like 10 feet into the woods.
God damn it!
I'd scream, a bee would fly in my throat, sting my vocal cords. Like I would just lay there and die in 24 hours.
Comedy of errors.
Oh, it would be. They'd make a documentary on Netflix about my life, and it would take 10 minutes.
That's being generous.
The mystery behind Todd's death.
The true final destination.
What happened? Oh, yeah. 1,000 Ways to Die would all culminate into my death.
One death, right. You get it all.
I tripped. I tried to grab a tree. I got a splinter. It got infected.
Gangrene set in.
Yeah. I hit my head on a rock as I was falling, you know. I was disoriented.
One arm went into a bear trap. You're all fucked up.
If my arm went into a bear trap, I could pull the nub out because the arm is gone.
Oh my God.
A gang of raccoons had their way with your booty hole.
Oh, yes.
They're known for that, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
They think there's trash in there. They can smell it.
That's so funny because I just like literally this week saw a video of this old guy with like a big tote of hot dogs.
It was so
just
cute.
passing them out to raccoons. Like
They did. They were so
There's, like,
cute.
They're so cute when they get food.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're,
Like when they go up to the window to get donuts and they just hand them donuts out the window. It's
They just
so
grab
cute.
it like a small child.
They're like, wee! And they take a little bite and run away.
Yeah. It was like, but he was just passing
out
They're
hot
all
dogs.
standing there. It was just like,
And they were being so like calm.
yeah.
They were all
knew
waiting
he
their
was-
turn.
They knew he was going to give it to him.
It was
I
cute.
saw one that kind of thought like, I'll hold this one here and I'm going to get a second wiener.
I know. You know that they are. I liked the one that was posted up on his shoulder, eating his hot dog right on his shoulder. It was real cute.
Probably left with some raccoons scat or sitting
I
on
am
his shoulder.
sure. Yeah.
The best video is the raccoon that tried to wash his cotton candy.
Oh,
You ever seen that?
No.
Because they like to wash their food.
Yes.
And he
that's
like takes his cotton candy and puts it in like a little puddle and he like turns around and comes back and it's like, it's gone. And he's like, trying to find
Oh,
it.
that's so
It
sad.
just dissolves instantly. And he's like, where is it?
Now I have to look that up. That sounds awful. That
I
poor
feel
guy.
an
sorry
oldie,
for
but it's so
him. Oh, man.
I used to have a pet
Shoot.
raccoon.
No, you did not.
I did. When I lived in Virginia in a small town. I did. So actually we got it here and it was in Franklin.
Okay.
We had a trapper guy. I think he did it for work, whatever. Maybe an exterminator. But he got a. Maybe that's what it was. Logical.
He didn't kill it. He adopted it.
No, but he had the mom and the babies, and my stepbrother got one of the babies, and we kept it. And then we didn't want to keep it,
Yeah.
so I lived in Franklin at the time, and then my stepdad's family lived in Virginia, which we eventually moved. Gave it to my stepdad's sister, so she had a bunch of. She was like Pocahontas. She had a doe at one point, baby deer. She had a pigeon that couldn't fly. She had like a little flying squirrel. She had all this weird shit at different times. So we gave her the raccoon.
No.
And he got big old fat and happy. And he was a little asshole though. I mean, he loved her and that was about it.
Now, I'm thinking it's raccoons, but I thought that raccoons, when they get to like a sexual maturity, that they kind of get
Wild.
wild a little bit. Did that not happen?
To her,
Maybe I'm
not
wrong on
anything,
that,
not anything crazy. I mean, he was a little wild.
Yeah.
And she would
Yeah.
put him on like his shoulder and he'd, like nibble on her ears and shit. And that's about it.
Yeah.
And then I would try to pick him up and he would like stick his ass up in the air and be like scoot backwards, like slither backwards and be like, and I'll be like, come here. And then he would turn around and run up a tree. And I'm like, I just want to love you.
Let me love you,
He
please.
would not let me love him.
Oh.
That's
But
sad.
it was such a cool thing.
I've heard people having raccoons, but I thought that was some of them get them fixed so they don't do that. And then I heard like with people like skunks.
I was
but
going to say that too.
They
They get
their
the scent.
stink glands.
Yeah.
Or their
Scent glands
scent
removed.
glands removed.
Yeah.
So they're not spraying everything and they make a good little pet.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatnot.
You ever have a dog that got sprayed?
Yes.
God, it fucking sucks.
Oh, it's
First
so
week, Maggie
bad.
lived with us.
Oh, and she's blind.
Do you remember that?
No.
The very first week to 2 weeks that she was with us, she walked out the back door. And I don't think she actually got sprayed, but she put her face in something that had been sprayed. Oh my God. It was like you had just gone to work and I didn't realize it had happened. So I'm like going to Walgreens looking for, hydrogen peroxide and stuff. I'm looking up stuff on the phone like, oh my God, the whole house smelled. Because as soon as she walked in,
Oh yeah, it's like burnt
it's
rubber
a burnt
or something.
smell.
Oh,
It's
that fucking
awful.
sucks.
Oh, it's awful.
It's so awful. Oh, it was so bad. Yeah, so I'm cleaning, I'm opening the windows so the whole house is open all day and I'm trying to get the smell out and I'm trying to wash her, but you have to be careful because it's on her head, by her eyes.
Probably why she's blind.
Exactly, because of the skunk.
Peroxide.
No, I didn't put that on
pour it
her,
on
but
her.
I did get some of that like skunk gone cleaner stuff from the pet store that was supposed to work real good. It helped, but it wasn't a cure-all.
I remember Thor way back in the day. He got hit
He did.
bad.
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 Forgot about that.
But yeah.
Ugh,
It'll destroy your house.
Oh yeah,
it's so gross.
My dog at the time, I was out walking him at like 5 a.m. because it was before work, and walking him. And if he sees any small squirrel, anything, he's fucking darting. He's a German Shepherd Malamute mix, so he was big. He was a big boy, and I turn a corner. And like I'm looking this way, and then all of a sudden he just like darts this way, yanks my shoulder almost out of socket, and he was right there because we knew there was a skunk around.
Yeah.
We always smelled it every
Yeah.
now and then in the mornings and stuff. And I'm like, oh shit! And then one time he found it. Fucking skunk was right at the trash cans. Sprayed him directly in the face.
Oh.
And he's just like, he didn't know what to do. He was like, he got pepper sprayed. He's like,
Yeah.
he started rubbing his face in the grass. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you motherfucker. And I was
Yeah.
like, so I yank him back, and I'm like, call into work, like, hey, I'm gonna be late. Still got to have a point, by the way, motherfuckers. I was like, my dog got fucking pepper sprayed. So I had to deal with that for
That's
like,
no excuse.
Yeah, right.
but yeah, that just sucks.
It's bad. I've gone out to let the chickens out in the morning, like the last couple weeks, and I've got whiffs. So there's one around.
Just linger.
So yeah, I've got whiffs of it, and I'm like, oh no, where is it?
Yeah.
So.
I don't need a chicken that smells like skunk
No.
stank.
I say, could you get your little 22 out? You got a little 22 or something?
Just start hitting whatever's moving. I'll tell you what I want to do is I want to shoot the squirrels here.
You can do a pellet gun.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get some high-powered pellet guns and stuff like that. But I have a garden and stuff, and you know what squirrels do with tomatoes? They will go up
Eat
and
'em?
like, no, yes and no.
Right.
They'll go up and they'll start gnawing into a tomato and just make a little hole just to get like some water. And then they'll go to another one. And a fucking
Those little
another one.
fuckers.
They ruin
Just take
so
one.
many. Yeah.
Yeah.
They will ruin so many tomatoes.
The squirrels are little fucking tree rats. Like
They are
everybody's
tree
like-
rats.
They are.
They
Everybody's
are.
like, oh, squirrels are so cute. No, those little fuckers. Like I tried to grow corn 2 years, and guess who ate it? The squirrels.
Not us.
I caught a squirrel scampering away with a cucumber in its mouth. Like, ha ha ha! I got the pebble.
Oh, fat heavy.
I was like, God damn! Just, eat it here. It's fine. Whatever you want to do.
Right.
Oh, squirrels are awful when it comes to gardens.
So I got a funny story. When we were growing up, and it was in here in Middletown, my brother got his first little BB gun.
Uh-oh.
Him and our buddy we lived in like this little neighborhood, little cul-de-sac type thing. Him and my buddy walked down the street and were just shooting all the fucking squirrels. They ended up shooting our garage window and shit like that. And my stepdad, he had just started coming around at the time. He was like, you guys kill it. He's from Virginia. He's like, you guys kill it. You're going to eat it. And I was like, shit, I'll try it.
Yeah.
So he probably killed like 30 little squirrels
Oh my God.
in our neighborhood. And then so my stepdad cleaned it. My mom cooked it. And we had squirrel for dinner one night.
I've never had. My dad used to when he was a child. He did squirrel hunting.
Yeah.
I did hear him do that, but man, how's it taste? What
I
was it?
was really little. I mean, I don't
You don't
remember it being weird.
Yeah.
Like I
Different.
sell
I got
it
the
at Jungle
scraps. Maybe. I don't want no AK squirrel though. That's what we had. A little gamey.
a little gamey.
But no, he just went on this little massacre, so we
my
ended up eating
God.
one of them.
Wow.
Did they go back and like pick up all the squirrels, or he was just like fine as long as
No,
I
they
can-"
just laid.
Oh,
Poor guys.
jeez.
As far as I know, anyway. I think.
In this neighborhood, every now and then we see a squirrel jump onto a transformer, and the transformer blows.
Oh
It
man.
blows the whole thing.
Yeah.
The
Oh, shit.
electric will go out until they come fix it. Oh, it's all bad.
You don't fix it.
No, I'm not.
I can
That,
get up there. let me at it.
no, there was a guy here in like Cincinnati that died about 2 weeks ago, and he was a linesman, and
Oh
he
shit!
got up there and was doing his job and got hit.
Poof. Done.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you mess with that type of like at our plant, like as it comes in, the transformers steps it down to like 480.
Yeah.
You know, up where linesmen do, their voltage is 10,000 and like up.
Right.
So I mean, 480, you get hit by 480, there's a good chance you're dying. I mean, it's all about amps and shit like that.
Yeah.
But you know, we're running dependent. Let's say a heater panel, you're looking at like 10 amps. Well, that's like, I don't know. I think it takes like 0.05 amps to kill you. And we're running 10 just on that, right? And that's not even counting the motors that we run. A lot of the motors are like 60 amps. You know, I mean, just so you're going to die more than likely, 90% chance if you get hit, right? But yeah, those guys doing that stuff, it's frightening. And you can have like pinholes. So they'll do these air tests on their rubber gloves.
Yeah.
So they'll roll them up and see if air leaks out. Because if you got a pinhole,
It's going right there.
it's going right through that pinhole and you're dead.
Yep.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
Scary.
You know what I always wanted to do? I want to be that guy that climbs up those like hundreds of feet things and changes light bulbs.
That guy gets paid like fucking $25,000 per change.
Per
Yeah.
change.
Per change. And he does it, what, 2 or 3 times a year?
I would love to do that.
Oh my. You'd have to be in such good shape, which I'm not in right now. Maybe when I was in my 20s.
So I like the idea of doing like rock climbing and stuff.
Yeah.
But I am not up to par to do it. Like I can do semi like medium level climbs.
Yeah.
But then by the time I'm like starting to get towards the top, you know, your legs that leg starts shaking. You're like, oh fuck. It's like, I don't know what it's doing. I can't control that. It's like
It's an Elvis Presley shake.
Keep that pelvis far from me. Yes. Oh, Lord.
but I like that shit. I always been meaning to continue that. Start climbing and stuff.
Well, you know why I know I can't climb is because when I try to get out of bed, it's
because your legs.
I start to sweat. You know, it's like, oh god, I gotta raise up.
I thought it was because of the bow leg.
I don't know. Like that might give me some like sort of advantage over most people.
That's
I'm
true.
bowed. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe if there's like a weird cliff, I can just wrap my legs around it like no problem.
But the angle standing straight up, I don't know if you can do it. It's just like
Yeah. I can't reach it because of the bow.
I got no leverage right here.
Did I ever tell you that my when I was a child, apparently a doctor wanted to break my legs to
You
straighten them.
did tell me that. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, my mom was just
That's
like,
how you
"No."
correct it.
Yeah, I'd probably be like 6'4" right now, but
Or they might have fucked up and you end up like that. What is it? The grandpa of King of the Hill. Shit, sorry. The grandpa of King of the Hill.
where
He has no shins.
Oh,
They
yeah.
cut
No
it off.
shins. Yep. That's
Yeah.
right.
How'd that work out?
I used to be like pretty bad pigeon toed. They used to call me like Tommy Pickles.
Oh, Lord.
It used to be so bad that me being a little kid, I don't like fuck clipping my toenails. I don't want to do that. And I would be walking around and I would actually cut. I would cut my big toes of each foot off my toenails because it's just like that's how bad pigeon toed I was.
All right, well, I bet I was worse. You ready?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was totally worse.
Tell me.
So I had to wear special wooden soled shoes as a baby.
I forgot you told me about that.
Right?
You did tell me about that.
There was a bar, and it like I remember my mom still has it at her house, but there's like this bar, and these little clamps on it, and these clamps would grab hold of my wooden soled shoes and turn my feet outwards. And apparently I was just like, it would kill me. I would like scream and cry, but I'd be right there, you know, kind of like, you know, some sort of gynecological bending my feet out, you know.
With like wood blocks, wooden shoes.
Yeah, the soles.
Sounds like some 40s technology.
Oh, it probably was. But for
Yeah.
real, I mean, that's really what it was. It was like this. It was like a little bar, and it was bowed. It kind of went straight here, and then had a little curve, and then went back out here, and then had these little clamps that you could clamp onto the wooden soled shoes, and then it would turn your feet out, and you could lock them in place.
You know what I did?
Ran away from home.
I
and
just
hit
started
out.
walking straight. I just turned my feet straight.
I did that in high school. Like I started concentrating as I walked down the hall. I did because
Exactly. It helps over time.
Over time. over time.
All it took for me was my dad grabbed me on the back of my neck one time and be like, walk straight. And I was like, okay,
damn.
yes, I will. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Daddy. Ever since then, I'm like, you better walk straight, you motherfucker.
Thank God nobody ever did that about my bow legs because I can't control that.
No. Dads are great.
For everybody out there with bow legs, I feel your pain. Yeah.
You got them saddle legs.
I'd be a great horse rider.
Walk like an American.
Walk like an American.
Walk like you're from a small town.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for Point of No Response. And make sure you guys make sure you guys subscribe, especially if you guys are watching on YouTube. And if you're not and you're just listening to us, make sure you download and give us a review. Tell us what you think and maybe what you guys would like to hear. But otherwise, I am Todd. I'm with D and Drew, and we appreciate you guys watching. See you guys on the next one.
Buy some shirts.
Peace out.
I found these outside of a Goodwill in the trash can, but I think you can buy them.
Or go to your nearest Goodwill. Point of No Response.